Okay, stepping away from math a little bit. If they're talking about two operations where one of them is putting on socks and the other one is putting on, excuse me a moment, I'm going to say boots here. I don't want two things that start with S. This, if you tried to make it look mathematical, would look like start with feet, put socks on them, and then put on boots. That's the order of operations. The socks were the first thing that happened, and then after that, the feet and the socks get stuffed into boots. What we want you to get out of this is that if you were doing the inverse, you don't just look at this and say, okay, well, you do something about socks and then something about boots. You have to do them in the opposite order. No normal human can take their socks off before they get their boots off. The inverse is going to be take off the boots and then deal with the socks. This is relevant to math in that if you have an expression that's something like x squared plus 4, the order that this wants to happen in is you take your x, square it, and then add 4. The squaring happens first, and then the 4 happens afterwards. In other words, the square is like your socks, and the 4 is like your boots. If you want to do the inverse of this, the inverse is going to look like take the 4 off, that's remove the boots, and then do the root of the result to get the square off. So this is take your feet, put socks on them, then put boots on top of that. This version is start with where you are now, take the boots off, then take the socks off of the result, and now you're back to barefoot. So you don't just have to do the opposite operations, you also have to do them in the proper order so that you're peeling off layers from outside to inside.